If I'm off work, how will I pay my rent and other bills?
First, use local resources such as friends and family or a bank loan if possible. Another option is a short-term disability through your employer. The last option should be applying for a loan against your settlement or a pre-settlement loan. At the end of the case, we will make a claim for 100% of your wage loss.
How will I pay my medical bills?
Your auto insurance may have options for medical payments as part of your insurance up to a certain amount as stated in your policy. If you have health insurance, we'll help submit your medical bills to them for payment. Ultimately, we submit a claim for every medical bill to the bad driver's insurance for payment. We have a thorough checklist we'll go through with you to gather all the information regarding your injury. This is an important step.
Where would the settlement come from?
It is important to remember that we pursue insurance policies to get you money. These policies are liability, uninsured motorist, and underinsured motorist. The driver with the most fault is called the bad driver. Bad driver liability. The way to make a claim is to show fault. Oklahoma law is based on comparative fault, which means if the defendant driver is found to be 50% at fault or greater, and you are found to be 50% or less at fault, or comparative fault, then you have a claim. If the bad driver does not have liability coverage, then you can make a claim for uninsured motorist coverage through your insurance policy if you did not decline this coverage. This claim can be made only for bodily injury, not property damage. If your damages exceed the policy of the bad driver's liability, you will make a claim for the amount over their liability insurance coverage through your underinsured motorist policy.
How's the value of the claim determined?
The value of your case will be determined at the end of your medical treatment by assessing whether or not you had surgery, type of injuries, medical damages, the length of time you were under a doctor's care, wage loss, your individual characteristics, and your physical condition before and after the accident. The truth is, no one knows the answer at the beginning of the process. As stated earlier, the value of your case will be determined at the end of your medical treatment. Damages can be classified as economic and non-economic. Economic damages are tangible out-of-pocket expenses: doctor bills, hospital bills, physical therapy bills, car repair, and estimated lost wages. Non-economic damages would include pain and suffering. There is no formula to assign a value or worth to non-economic damages, and it is in this area that having an experienced attorney can make a significant difference.
How is the claim and settlement created?
The third step in the process is as important as all the others. At the Law Center, our process of preparing for your settlement is detailed and thorough. We will work with you to explain the checklist of actions that must be taken and the paperwork that is necessary to submit your claim to the insurance company. We check and recheck copies of the accident report, your medical records, bills, and other documentation to make sure we have the complete package of information needed in this process. The fourth step is to submit your claim. We are prepared to negotiate with the insurance company after they make the first settlement offer. Our experience in dealing with car accident injuries like yours and settling these cases effectively plays a big part in the negotiation process. Insurance companies have been through this process before too and are trying to protect their interests. This is a vital step for you and is where the experience of the Law Center attorneys pays off for you. We are prepared to negotiate for you. When this step is complete, we review and discuss with you whether or not to accept an offer. It's always your decision to settle. If a settlement is not reached, you have the option to litigate and to pursue a trial. This takes additional time, money, and there is a risk for you. Once you accept the settlement, we then finalize all the paperwork to complete the work. Included in this is handling the settlement payments and getting your check to you.
How would the settlement be dispersed?
From the settlement, office expenses are deducted for accident reports, medical records, and doctor's rating letters, usually amounting to $200 to $500. From the remaining settlement, 1/3 will go to the attorney, and the remaining 2/3 will go to you. From your share, any liens that have been placed against the settlement from medical providers, unpaid child support, pre-settlement loans, and employer-funded health insurance will be deducted. Also, you will have to decide how you want to handle any other unpaid medical bills, and then the balance will be issued to you.
When do I get my settlement money?
The answer is in large part dependent on when you are released by your doctor. Until you are completely recovered, your total expenses can't be determined. Our average case time is less than 9 months. Once a settlement check is generated, you endorse the settlement check and a release for the insurance company is signed. The release states that you will never make a claim for 1 cent more from the insurance company or their insured for this accident. 5 days after the settlement check has been endorsed and deposited, your check will be ready and can be cashed.
Are there other issues that can arise?
Yes. First, please understand we spend all of our time with auto accident claims. We only handle auto accident claims. We do not handle the following: traffic tickets. If you receive a ticket, we will be glad to refer you to attorneys who do that type of work. Collection matters. Defense of collection matters is outside of our law practice and must be handled by another attorney. Vehicle design and airbag failure. To pursue this type of claim usually means that a catastrophic injury has occurred. To prove a claim would necessitate an expert witness, which is extremely costly and can amount to tens of thousands of dollars. This type of claim must be set forth in a separate written and signed contract. These are basic issues. There is always the possibility of an unanticipated issue. If and when an issue was to arise, contact our office to discuss it.
What do we do now to get the law center started on my case?
There are several documents that we need to go over with you. After commenting on each document, you will be asked to pause, read, and sign. This allows the Law Center to begin working on your case. They are